Well, first of all, San Diego State is a tall order. They're really good. And effectively, if you want to beat them, whether you're in this league, home or away, or anytime, you got to hit on all cylinders. And then also you got to have one of those nights, and they've had plenty where they just aren't making jump shots. But when they're making jump shots, 9 threes, they're a tall order, because I thought our guys actually played well. I thought the biggest weakness of our team, if there was a weakness, was that we missed really good opportunities at the foul line. I mean, that really cost us in the first half. The stats say 11 for 19, but we were really 11 for 23. Barnes missed 2 that didn't count because Winston got in the lane, and 2 of these were front ends. And that's where I say you have to play a complete game if you're going to beat them. Even when we cut it to 5 a couple times with 7-8 minutes to play in the game, I felt like they had a sixth sense and a confidence and a calmness about them. And as I said, I compliment them because I thought our guys played pretty hard. I thought everybody we used played pretty hard, and we just didn't have enough. And they're good. I don't want these guys to allow this to affect their trip to Vegas. We have a chance to get a sweep like we did against CSU. And so we'll take a look at those 2 ankles. Hopefully they're not severe, and we'll get back on the floor and at least do some shooting tomorrow.
You mentioned the free throws and stuff also. I think 12 turnovers isn't horrible. That's about at your average. They get 20 points off those turnovers. Was that a pretty big factor?
I think those are the 2 key stats if you're looking at stats. But as I said before, play San Diego State. There's a reason why they're 14-1 against some pretty good teams. And there's a level of consistency I talked about early in the week. You're going to get a good defensive performance. You're not sure how they're going to shoot it, and you're hoping they're not making 9 threes. We got a little bit of both.
If you knew that you were going to shoot 46.5% against them, liked your chances?
Yeah, actually, the way the game was played, I liked our chances. I mean, when you're 5 behind with about 7 minutes, 8 minutes to play, you got to like your chances. But we still would have had to turn it. We still would have had to make plays. We still would have had to have some misses. I mean, Winston had some really nice turnaround mid-range jump shots that, you got to think those are on your terms, but you know what? When they go in, they get that lead increased.
They didn't have quite as many of the offensive rebounds as last time, but I think they still shot like 17 more. How tough is it to win a game like that when you get 17 more shots?
It's what they do. I mean, you could go to layup drills and not know much about basketball and watch them warm up, and then you could go watch us warm up. I think you could figure out part of that.
Coach, the full court press looked like it took a pounding on you after a while. How did that affect your offense?
That's a great question. And you know what? I thought we did a great job against it. And then we had one error late in the game where we threw it long to Jeremy. But I thought overall we did a good job. I thought it may have fatigued Josh a little bit, but then he has that second wind about him. And so he turned it up down the home stretch with about 10 to go. I think that's when he knocked in a few and cut it to 5.
How much did that limit you from running down the court like you usually do and get the quick three-point shots?
Well, we weren't going to get quick three-point shots because they're pretty good on D. They can identify who can and who can't shoot threes. But I thought what it did do was slow us up and get us into offense a little later than we'd like.
You're not a doctor, Larry. Josh and Al both came back in. That had to have been encouraging. But are you pretty concerned, or what's your gut telling you about these guys?
My gut tells me we got some pretty good kids. We got tough guys, and we got kids that care about Wyoming. So if they don't put themselves in harm's way, they'll be ready Saturday evening. But in the meantime, Turbo's got his hours of work ahead of him, and we'll give him as many treatments as need be. We'll have a better idea tomorrow, probably early in the day, what kind of swelling, what kind of pain.